Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another day of great awesome tutorials. And today we're going to take a look at how we can recreate this graphic using GIMP. Now right off the bat you're going to notice some things that are familiar, but you have here the logo of AB, my name or your name, then the description down below, and a layer solid that is the same color of the logo. Now behind is a background that we rotated 15 degrees and blurred out and darkened a little bit. So let's go ahead and create our canvas in GIMP. Go to File, New, and with the template use 640 by 480 and hit OK. Essentially I have two pictures here that we can use for a background. We have here from the internet a rainbow landscape and another landscape here. And let's see, AUP logo also. We're going to extract this from its white background and use it as another one of our assets. Moving on, so let's right click the rainbow thing here and edit with GIMP, and I'm going to select a portion of it using this rectangle select tool. Okay, let's go ahead and maximize this and select a portion maybe in the middle, a little bit like that. Go ahead and resize it the way you want and hit edit, copy, and minimize this window and go to edit. In our canvas, hit edit and paste as new layer. So if I maximize this window, our canvas, the background is there already. Let's get another one, our second asset, and edit with GIMP. And also we'll use the rectangle select tool to select a portion of it. Go ahead and press minus on your numpad to minimize, plus on your numpad to maximize. So I'm going to hit minus and go to rectangle select tool and select a portion. Let's see here, and then hit edit, copy. Let's minimize this window. Go ahead and edit, paste as, and new layer. So there we have two layers now. By the way, if you don't see this panel here, just go to Windows, Recently Docs, and hit the layers, channels, etc. So we're going to move it by using this move tool, or hit M on your keyboard and move it around in 2D space in your canvas. Okay, so this is the one below, this is the one here. We can move this on top by clicking these arrows. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the scale tool here and click our image and maximize it the way we want. Okay, next let's hit this move tool and move it around in the middle maybe. Okay, so now let's make this more interesting by going to layer, go to transform and arbitrary rotation. So let's rotate this image, hit that, and in the angle let's rotate this counterclockwise, so negative 15 degrees, and hit rotate. There you go. Again, select the move tool and select this second layer below, and let's go to layer. With that selected, go to layer, transform, arbitrary rotation again, and the same thing, let's move it 15 degrees, rotate this 15 degrees. Okay, there we go, hit rotate, and go to the move tool and let's arrange this background image. Let's see, same thing here. So we've got some problems down below here and in the middle. So what we can do is enlarge this using the scale tool again. Hit the scale tool, hit the image, and hit this link so that let's click the minus on our numpads. It won't work, so let's just do it this way. Hit scale. Okay, now we can click the minus on our numpad, minus, plus, minus. So let's use the move tool to relocate this. Let's see. Alright, let's enlarge this next photo. This one background. Okay, you see there. Scale tool, select the image, then just stretch it. Yes. Scale to accept. Use the move tool again to move it around. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and blur this out. Go to filters, blur, Gaussian blur. Let's blur this 15 pixels also. Hit OK. Now same thing with our top layer. Go to filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and same thing, 15. Hit OK, and we have a blurred background. Now we're done. Let's go to the next step. Hit T on your keyboard or this text tool and click in the middle of the canvas and type in our text. Okay, hit close to accept, and while that is selected, let's enlarge the text. Okay, let's see. There we go. Change the font here to maybe bold. Use the move tool to move it around. Okay. And if you made a mistake, just hit Ctrl-Z. I'm gonna click the plus on the keyboard. This is too big for me, so I'll hit the text tool and hit double click this P here. Hit close, and so that we can adjust some settings here. So again, the logo is gonna be here, right? So let's just minimize this a little bit more. Maybe that way, 50. Move tool, and let's add the logo now. Go to minimize this and right click the AUP logo, edit with GIMP. So we have to extract this, but instead of using the rectangle select tool, we're going to use the ellipse select tool. So go ahead and click that. Now let's click and drag this to create an ellipse. Release. Then just make sure we have it all selected properly without the white. Okay, let's see, this will take a minute. When you're done, just hit edit and then go to copy, edit, copy, minimize that, and go back to our canvas. If I can see where our canvas is, let me see here. Okay, right here, go to edit, paste as, new layer. Go to the move tool and rotate it around. There we go. Let's move this, arrange everything depending on your liking. So let's create the layer here, our design. Go to the new layer, transparency, make sure this is transparency and hit OK. So we're going to fill it with the same color of this bucket fill tool, but this is black, so if I put this on black, that'll be black. Hit Ctrl-Z. So let's make sure this is the same color as that. How are we going to do that? By maybe doing our best, but to do that shortcut in the fastest way, use this eyedropper tool here. Click that, then hit the color, so that will automatically change. You'll notice that this eyedropper will change according to the color of the one you clicked. So we're going to use this color from the logo, okay, and hit OK. So now our foreground color here will change accordingly. Let's go ahead and use the bucket fill tool and click in the middle of our canvas. So now we have a layer the same color of our logo. Let's go ahead and scale this down using the scale tool and click the layer. Let's go ahead and resize this the way we want it. Okay, I'm gonna enlarge this way a little bit to give me some wiggle room. Hit the scale, go ahead and use the move tool and move it around. Okay, so let's move this below some of our layers. Hit this arrow here, maybe one more behind the layer. There we go. So let's create another text here For our subtext, certified AUPN. Hit close. Let's go ahead and change the color of our text. Change this to white maybe. Change the font to a more elegant font. And this may vary according to your computer, but I will choose, let's see, maybe, let's see here. This looks okay. Let's go ahead and make it smaller. There we go. Hit the move tool and select, if I could select it correctly. There we go. Now for the last part, last step is just making sure everything is perfectly lined up, you know, just extra things like for example here we can create a shadow. So select that layer, then go to filters and let's create our shadow. Go to light and shadow, drop shadow, then maybe I see 2 pixels offset also, and 6 radius, color to white, and hit OK. That's gonna do is create another layer and create a shadow for it, like what we see now. This is the shadow that it generated for us, it created for us. And if I switch this on and off, you can see that this layer is a duplicate of the other layer, but it's much cooler. Alright, we can do the same way for the logo, because our logo, like most of us, will have a problem with the spill, that we can see the white thingy beside or around the logo because it's not perfect. It's gonna be white. So let's do the same thing to our logo. Go to filters, light and shadow, drop shadow, and instead of having this offset to change all of this to 0 and the radius to about 6, it's okay, and just say okay, do that. What it's gonna do is create a halo, so that fixes the problem. So that's it. Let's blur the background. Select this and hit new layer. Make sure this is transparency, hit OK, and make sure this is black also, and use the bucket tool to fill it out with black and change the opacity to a little bit soothing for the eyes, making sure that the text is still popping out, because if you make this too dark, the text will disappear. Okay, maybe 27 or so. And now finally, to save it, just go to file and save it. Okay, in my case I did this before, so I'm not gonna do this, but save it as seat.xcf. and if you have export, go to export and export as JPEG. In my case I don't have export here because this is a different sucky version. I'll just hit save as and save it as seat2.jpg, and by clicking here search for JPEG and I'm gonna hit save. Okay, just like before, and it'll ask you, hey, I cannot handle transparency, and just say export, and it'll say, hey, what compression rate, Mr. Suave? And I'm gonna say 90. Yes, 90 please. Save it, and let's check it out. Here it is, seat2.jpg. This is our final product, and that is for our tutorial today. I hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you next time.